What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your sister, Jessie. And you know what? Listen, y'all already see the title. You already know what time it is. I'm about to give y'all a messy ass story time. You know what? I just need to write a memoir because I'm always just a mess. You know what's not messy though? These titties. Listen, it's we 2 months in. May 18 is gonna make 3 months, and I just wanted to show y'all these titties. Look at these side titties, like look. I mean, come on now, dog and snap, okay? Listen, I don't know what to do with myself. Can you believe nobody sucked my titties yet? Like, I cannot even believe this. Like, we're about to go on 3 months and nobody has sucked these new titties. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what God's will is for my life. But I need God's will to include some titty sucking this week. I'm fed up. I need these nipples to be sucked on, period. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this messy ass story time, y'all. So, first and foremost, you guys know I'm from Dade County, Florida. But for the past 5 years, I had been living up north in Brooklyn. I don't even like to say New York, I'd say Brooklyn. I was living in Flatbush, Brooklyn. Then I lived in Jersey for like 2 years, and then like now I'm in Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta back, in October, and y'all, dating here is so ghetto. Atlanta is just ghetto. It's really, really ghetto to me, dating here, and it's frustrating because like being from Dade County, I'm so used to niggas spending bread, niggas like courting you, like, yes, these niggas might walk around with 5 dreads, you know what I'm saying? The wicks, they be wicked the fuck out. You know, they got the 5 dreads, one here, one here, one at the top, then they got the 2 at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? But them niggas gonna spend bread. Them niggas gonna take you on an adventure, bitch. Like, them niggas, like, one night only, it might be one night only, but them niggas finna take you to, they finna make you feel like you at an amusement park, bitch. Up, down, round and round, bitch, just a whole adventure, okay? And they gonna spend that bread. These Atlanta niggas, I don't know. I mean, they will spend bread. Oh, well, first of all, I don't waste my time with niggas who don't spend bread. So it's not even about bread. It's about, I just feel like it's a lot of weird shit that happens in Atlanta, and I feel like this story time is gonna shed light on that. So let's just jump into it. Around December, I went to the club with some of my homegirls, which honestly, y'all, I don't really like clubbing like that, but I was in the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm in the club, you know, having a good time, drinking, you know what I'm saying? Got my mask on, cause bitch, coronavirus. And it was like a group of niggas that was there. One of my friends, she had met some nigga, and he and his friends was like, you know, they had sections at a club. So we go to their section. So we in a section or whatever, and you know, having a good time. And then there was, I guess, her dude's homeboy was there, and like he was, you know, eyeing me, I'm eyeing him a little bit, and you know, the girls, they was like, girl, you need to talk to him, he is fine as fuck, he's so fine, he fine. And you know, I feel like in the club, you really can't really tell if somebody's fine, because the lighting will have you leave the club with a whole catfish. If you are not careful, like, you will leave the club with a catfish. So whatever, I was like, okay, I mean, he look alright. I can't really tell. But you know, he was tall. One thing about me, I'm only 5'2", but bitch, I love climbing trees. I love niggas who are 6 foot and up. And this nigga was at least like 6'4". I love that. Ooh, my coochie just got hard. I love me a dark skinned nigga, like, bitch, Morris chestnut ass nigga. I love them niggas. So he fit the description from what I could see. So anyway, make a long story short, we exchanged numbers, and immediately, like, we went on our first date. Probably like 2 days later, he took me on a date. Now, just a little rewind back to the club night. He was trying to make me, like, he thought I was gonna like club hop with them all night. One thing about me, I don't do that shit. Y'all bitches, when y'all go out, y'all love running errands. Y'all love going to this club, this club, that. Not me, bitch. Pick one spot, we stay in there, we're gonna stay there for 2.5 hours, and I'm gone, like in sync. Gone. I'm in the 3rd decade of my life. Bitch, these knees don't work like they used to, bitch. Bitch, I ain't got time to be club hopping. No. Popping and hot, bitch, I'm not a rabbit. Pick one spot, and we stand there, and that's it, bitch, okay? So, anyways. So, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm going to sleep. So like 2 nights later, he hits me up and he's like, you know, he hits me up for dinner. So I'm like, okay. And so he told me it was him and some friends going out to eat. I was like, I would like for it to be alone, but whatever. So I get there, we all go to STK, and it turned out to be couples. So, you know, I felt a kind of way. I was like, okay, like this is kind of cute, whatever, couples night, you bringing me with you and your friends, your cousins or whatever. And it was nice, you know, STK is a vibe. They have nice music. We had our own private room. It was a vibe. So, you know, like, we flirting at the table, like, you know, my coochie was getting a little hard or whatever, because he was fine, actually. Like, he turned out to be really, really fine. And I was like, okay, you know, now he had like one little lazy eye, but that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Forrest Whitaker, I love me some Forrest Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, that's less sight for you to see, shit. So when I'm with you, bitch, you only got one good eye. You can focus more on me. Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? With your one good eye, amen. So the date was a vibe. Then he was trying to take me. They started club hopping too. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm going to sleep. So he ain't like that, but bitch, I don't do that. It's just one spot only, one spot only. A couple days later, we go to another date. Date was nice. Like, we kept going to all these nice places and, you know, date after date after date. And I feel like by the 5th date, he was kind of a little like, his vibe started to change a little bit. Like, it was clear he kind of wanted to make contact with me. And when I say contact, like, bitch, no, Lord. Now, why the fuck is a tornado warning? Why we got tornadoes in Atlanta? This is so Florida. Sorry, y'all. Bitch, a tornado coming. So anyway, pray for me and my titties and my apartment. Hopefully the tornado don't take us away. What was I saying? Oh, fuck ass tornado done took my damn focus off. What was I saying? So it was clear he wanted to lay hands on me. And when I say lay hands, not like in a pastoral way, like he was trying to lay hands on his coochie. But you know, me personally, I like to at least go on 10 dates before I let a nigga, you know what I'm saying, even try to sniff me out. Like I have a 10 date rule. 10 dates. I feel like 10 dates, by then I get to know you really, really well. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I always have that standard? No, there's been some times when shit, you know, a nigga done got the coochie on the first night, but I really do prefer to have 10 dates before I let a man, you know, do certain things with me. So like, we're on the 5th date, we hadn't even kissed yet. Like, I just was still trying to get to know him. So as we, you know, ordering our food and the food starts coming, the spirit led me to ask him for his Instagram. I had not asked him for his Instagram yet. So I go to his Instagram and I see that my homegirl, Lex, was all in his likes. I'm like, oh, so you know Lex? He's like, Lex? Lex who? I'm like, Lex P. This nigga trying to play dumb. Bitch, it's only one Lex P. Like, bitch. He's like, oh, Lex. Oh, yeah, I know her. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm waiting for an explanation. He over there cutting his lamb. Bitch, explain yourself. So he over there cutting his lamb and shit, and he trying to be mute. I'm like, okay, so did y'all like date? Like, are y'all friends? Like, what? He's like, oh, well, you know, we did date, but I would prefer if she disclosed those details to you. That's really not my place, but you know, that I'll tell you, we did date years ago. We're on great terms now, and you know, like I think she's a cool person, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, okay, cool. I'm like, you know what? Listen. Hey, you told me what it is, and that's cool. Like, I don't have to go talk to her about it. Like, I'm gonna take your word for it. Knowing damn well, bitch, the whole time, I'm like, as soon as I get to the crib, I'm gonna call Lex. I need to know what the fuck is going on. But, you know, I lied to his ass. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Bitch, as soon as my damn big toe hit the sidewalk outside, hello? Barbara, this is Shirley. Shirley. So, yeah. But it's so funny that, like, after I told him that, he could kind of feel that he was losing me. Like, he was like, shit. Like, now the home girl, now I don't date her home. Like, he could feel like he was losing my ass, which he was, because I don't like to share niggas with my friends. I just don't, that's like a policy I've always had. I don't like to do that. So anyway, Barbara, this is Shirley. So I called Lex, and I'm like I said, Lex, I went out with this nigga, this is his description, and she's like, oh yeah, she's like, listen, we were not in a relationship, we did go on several dates. She's like, he took me on great dates. She's like, great dates, girl, gowns, beautiful gowns. But she's like, if you're trying to be in a serious relationship with him, I don't know. She's like, I think that you should just like enjoy going on dates with him, and that's that. So I was like, okay. But she's like, girl, like, have fun, like, get you some dates. Like, girl, I'm telling you, I don't got no problem with it. Like, have fun. So she gave me her blessing, but still I was like, So then, like, probably like 2 days later, he calls me. And he's just like, I mean, what's going on? Like, I feel like, you know, you're not really showing nigga no love. Like, you know, it's just like, things are just really distant. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, after our last date, like, the vibe just really changed. And I'm like, you know, like, listen, like, I was like, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I talked to Lex, and, you know, like, she told me, like, you guys were not in a serious relationship, like you said. So, you know what? I don't see any problem, like, for us to keep seeing each other. He's like, all right, cool. I was like, you know, if you're not busy tonight, you can come by and, you know, we can chill. He's like, all right, bet. Before I could even hang up the phone, the bitch was outside. The concierge on it, Miss Jessica, you have a guest in the house. I was like, well, goddamn, I just told this nigga. Listen, he showed up. He had sprinter speed, bitch. He was downstairs with food, drinks, bitch. Like, he just knew he was fucking. And he was right. And he was right. So he comes through, and we ate some fried chicken. We watched a little television, and I turned the lights off. I was like, listen, let's go ahead and let's do what it do. But it just was like, something was so weird about it. Like, I was dangerously horny, y'all. Like, I know, like, I try to play it off, but like, I'm a really horny person. Like, I am dangerously horny. And even right now, like, it's been May. So I had sex with this guy back in January. I've gone 2 years without sex, but I can't do that no more. Like, my hormones are raging. I don't know what happens when you get into your 30s. Like, my hormones are fucking raging. I am horny, and I don't hear about no goddamn peeps. Some of y'all will catch what movie that's from. So we doing it well. And first of all, it just was a little off to me. Like, there just was no sparks. There was no butterflies. But I mean, technically, the sex was good. But it's just like, he did his thing now. He sucked on my pussy for a while. Like, and you know, one of my pussy lips is longer than the other. And that man, he was like a vacuum down there. And I could tell when he would get on that one pussy lip, because it would take longer than the other pussy lip. So whatever. He was doing his thing. Like, I'm not saying he wasn't doing his thing. He was doing his thing, but it was just a little off. We fucking and fucking and fucking, like, we are fucking. And I was thinking to myself, when is this nigga gonna come? Like, so I'm like, is my pussy trash? Cause like, usually like niggas will come like pretty quick. But he just was not coming. I was like, I just was doubting myself. I was like, all right, let me try all these. Like, hold on, let me just do it to the side. I'm just trying all these different things. I'm like, why is this nigga not coming? Like, bitch, I got that piranha. I got that, you know what I'm saying? Why is this nigga not coming? Like, I don't like slavery. I don't like to fuck for too long. So it just was getting on my nerves that this nigga was not coming. By this time, my wig was sliding off. I couldn't do it no more. Like, I was on top of this nigga, swerving around. I couldn't do it. And he was hollering, like he was like hollering and moaning really, really hard, but he just would not come. So I'm taking a pause. I lay down next to him, and he just gets up abruptly. Like, I've never had this happen to me before. He gets up abruptly, and he's like, I don't stay over people's houses, so I gotta go. So he got up, got dressed, and left. Like, and the night was still young. I'm upset, because mind you, I didn't even share this with y'all. I had took an edible before he got there. The edible had not hit yet. Like, I wanted to have edible sex. So this nigga done left. The edible ain't hit yet. Bitch, why the edible hit like an hour after he left? And I was in this motherfucker losing my goddamn mind, because edibles, that's a whole other story time. But bitch, the nigga left abruptly. It just was weird. It just was a whole weird experience. So fast forward, probably like the next week, I tell Lex what happened. And Lex was like, girl, remember my Pooty Tang story? And I'm like, what Pooty Tang story? I hadn't heard the Pooty Tang story. And so Lex tells me the Pooty Tang story.
It was the first red flag that I noticed. I rolled over to kind of like toot my ass up, because I was ready to get that ass at. You know what time it is when Big Mama toot that ass up. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to put your face
you know what I'm saying? Come on, put that head in there. So I look over, he tooted up too. And we both
staring at each other.
Looking at each other like, what you trying to do?
Right.
We
What's
looking at each
up?
other, and he was kind of like, oh, like, shit, my bad.
My
Like, yeah, nigga, bring that ass down. So I act like I didn't, I was just like, okay, whatever. So he starts eating my ass, and it was good. Everything was cool. And he was like, fart in my mouth.
Oh, shit.
And I was like,
Wait, what?
He said-
start back. What?
He
While
was-
he's back there, he
while he's
leaned
back
over,
there,
he
he
was talking
said,
nasty to you?
no, he didn't lean up. He was just eating my ass. And he was
Shit,
like, fart
baby.
in my mouth.
Were you
Fart
sure
in
that
my
you
ass.
heard him clearly?
That's why I didn't react. I said, I'm tripping. It's that wine, that A2 That A2 probably fucking me up a little bit. I know my nigga ain't say no shit like that. We good. Then he said it again. Fart in my mouth. I was like, oh. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was drunk, so I was like,
Yeah, I thought you did.
You tried. It wouldn't come out.
I was like, wait, hold. I said, bitch, what is you doing? Now, enough is enough.
Now she was over there
Gotta draw the line.
straining.
I said, let me draw the line. So after, he kept asking, then I finally was just like, I can't. Stop asking me. I can't, So we ended up, we still had sex. The sex was good because we used to have bomb-ass sex. So the next day I called Drea and I was like, bro, this nigga asked me to fart in his mouth.
And he was fine
And
as
he was
fuck.
fine. Ooh, fine.
He's so
Beautiful
fine.
man. So I was like, Drea was like, I know you like him a lot. Have a conversation with him, because I don't like to kink shame people or embarrass them for things that they like. So I called him. I said, hey, babe, you know what? I don't like doing that. I'm not into stuff like that. So please don't ask me to do that anymore, because I don't like it. He was like, oh, okay, it's good. No big deal. So I went to his house again, and he asked me to do it again. I said, all right, Pooty Tang. I'm out of here. And I never
Little
talked
poo.
Little
Pooty Tang, 'cause I know
Little
you-
Pooty.
you
No, I didn't. But I never talked to him again, but he definitely tried to spin the block.
They always spin the block.
Yeah, he tried to
So now I'm like, okay, so that's probably why there was a whole weird fucking vibe, because we over here having regular sex. This nigga, he not with this shit. He's with some other shit. This was just too regular, and he was probably trying to figure out how to get me to do this, and it just wasn't working for him. So anyway, so that just put a little in me for a little bit. I was like, okay, you know what? Okay, so this nigga he likes to get farted on. Okay, so that's why this was just not working. So that's that. I put a pin in it. Bitch. Now, why is it that now another 2 weeks later, I get a call? And you know what's crazy? He this was post me getting my titties. So I get my titties, and me and him just didn't really talk. We've never talked after that night, really. Well, actually we did, but we never saw each other again. So post me getting my titties, now he's in my DMs, and going back and forth here and there, and I kind of like, the last time he went in my DM, I kind of like clipped it and whatever. I just felt like it was like, listen nigga, now I know you got a fart mouth, so I'm good off you. So I got a call from a friend. So her friend was in town. Her friend had gone to the club. Her friend meets some guy, you know, and she gives, you know, my friend his description, and, you know, it's the same guy. Same guy. And I'm just like, okay, like what's, and my friend was like, yeah, well, I'm like, so, okay, so what you telling me this for? Like, we know he be outside, so whatever. And she's like, girl, she said that when she said that they met at the club, he took her home with him, you know, to fuck, and mid-fucking, he asked her to shit in his mouth. Excuse me? Cause what? She's like, yeah, like he kept begging her, like, shit in my mouth, like, please, shit in my mouth. And I was like, did she do it? And she said she tried so hard because he kept like pressuring her to shit in his mouth. He's like, please just do it. She's like, I don't know. He's like, he positioned her on top of him for her to shit in his mouth. So, bitch, I had sex with a nigga who eats shit. Like, he goes around eating shit. Like, and listen, I'm not here to shame nobody for what they do in bed, right? But that is shit. Like, that is your bodily waste. That's doo-doo. That is doo-doo. First of all, the smell alone, like, the smell alone, bitch. Like, what? Like, who the fuck? What? It just was alarming to me. And then I go back to the whole Lex situation, and it's like, okay, this nigga was trying to get Lex to fart in his mouth, so he was trying to get her comfortable to do it. And I'm thinking about me, and there were several awkward moments, but in the gist of it, it just was an awkward experience. This man likes doo-doo. He goes around eating doo-doo. I kissed this man. I kissed this man. So, in conclusion, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is these niggas is dangerous. The conclusion is these niggas be wildin'. These niggas be wildin'. Like, these niggas is the pandemic. They is the real pandemic. Like, these niggas is the real pandemic. Y'all, let me know if you've ever had, this is a lot. I know this is a lot. Drop down in the comment section and let me know if you have ever experienced something similar. Maybe an awkward dick appointment, awkward Zozo appointment. Have you and a friend ever had sex with the same guy? You know, if you have any weird, funny stories to share, please feel free. This is a safe space. Drop it in the comment section and let me know. Make sure that you subscribe to my page, please subscribe. I got a whole bunch more of these story times, trust me, coming this week. All right, you guys, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.